And we are live at the ASRC World Refugee Day Telethon. It is 7 a.m. on the 20th of June, and here we are again back at the telethon. The last dying minutes of the Socceroos match in the background. We are so proud to start our World Refugee Day Telethon with Wurundjeri man Corin Hunter Jr., who is going to do our Welcome to Country. Welcome to ASRC. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning and welcome. It is my honour and privilege to be here today. My name is Corin Hunter IV. I would like to start off by acknowledging that this morning we are on Wurundjeri country, home of my ancestors and also home to everybody here today. I wish to pay my respects to both elders past, present and emerging, elders from all nations, especially all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community members joining us here today. Wurundjeri is a part of the Kulin Nation and of the Wurrung language group. Wurundjeri country extends from the inner city of Melbourne across to the Great Dividing Range, west to the Werribee River, south to the Mordialloc Creek and east to Mount Baw. A big thank you to everybody who has helped make this event possible this morning. Wominjeka, welcome, and I hope everybody has a fantastic afternoon ahead, and let's have another fantastic year with getting some funds raised for this absolutely fantastic organisation. I believe we have a target this year of 1.5 million. Yes, so everyone dig deep and just show that generosity. So thank you very much again. Have a great afternoon. Thank you guys.
Thank you for starting this.
Thank you so much, Colin. It's so important at ASRC that we are allies. We understand that the injustice and oppressions on First Nations people runs deep in this country. There is racism which is aimed at all of us, but no more than First Nations people. And so we really are allies. We are proud as ASRC to pay the rent. We are also supporting Voice, Truth and Treaty as allies. So what an important way for us to start off World Refugee Day.
Way when we've got a week where they're telling us we've got to be monocultural and we have 65,000 years of history from more than 500 nations and cultures. What an important way to kick off World Refugee Day with a welcome to country, and we're so grateful again for that. Jana, it's going to be a huge day. It's a day of love. It's a day of welcome as we cheer on our Socceroos. Look, we knew it was always going to be tough. The USA are ranked 13th, and they're faking, I think, a lot of roles on the ground there. But today is your chance to show the power of our multicultural Australia, the power of love and of welcome. And at a time where we've got politics that seek to divide us and make us fearful and make us afraid, today's a day to say we are proud of our multiculturalism. We are proud of our many cultures and languages and origins that we've come from, and we're united by being proudly Australian. So today's your chance to send a powerful national message of welcome, of love, of hope, of solidarity with refugees and pride in our multicultural Australia. And you can do that by calling 1300 692 772. We're here to 11 p.m. We've got amazing ambassadors, the who's who of all the beautiful country that we are, from chefs to sporting heroes, to amazing musicians, all throughout today generously donating their time. We're powered by volunteers, the kindness of so many people. I want to call it the beautiful Matt Jasper company who's allowing us to live stream like this, and so you can see us right here. But most importantly, today's a day of hope. It's World Refugee Day, celebrating 1 million stories and celebrating hope. Jana, why is today so important to you?
Oh, well, today is so important to me for a couple of reasons. You know, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about World Refugee Day, especially, you know, we're cheering on the Socceroos. We see the diversity, and it's an absolute celebration of diversity. And I think that one thing that we don't talk about enough is that being different is good. It's actually a great thing, and we need to celebrate that. And what better way today to take a moment? And yes, we are raising money for ASRC, but we're also coming together to celebrate all the cultures, the innovation, all of the different things that makes Australia such a great country, because unless you're First Nations, we are all migrants in this country, in this land. And today you'll see it. We have got, it's an absolute melting pot of people who will be coming through the doors today. And Connie, I just do want to take a moment to thank some people in particular, the Jasper Picture Company, who are making us look and sound so professional. I think this is the least grainy we've ever appeared on camera. So thank you so much for donating their time yet again by supporting this live stream, everything that's going out to people. So huge thank you. We wouldn't be able to do it without them. We've also had other great supporters. We had the beautiful bunch who have donated flowers in support of us. Biviano Foods, who have donated all of the fruit and vegetables, triple R, and also Music in Exile. So they're just some particular shout outs to make today possible. And that is what is great, is that so many people have pitched in to make today absolutely possible. And that's what it's a celebration of. It's a celebration of our multiculturalism. It's a celebration of the depth and breadth of the richness of what people bring to this country. And it's also an opportunity to support the ASRC, because we are here to raise money. We need to raise $1.5 million today, because the beauty of the ASRC is being fiercely independent, to be able to say it how it is, to be able to step in when people are having their rights denied, when people are not able to reunite with their family. And that is what people are funding today, and that's the reminder that we're sending, and that is what you are donating to today.
And that independence is what has allowed us this week to be one of the most fearless and loudest voices in taking on racism, in speaking up, in calling out any attempts to vilify, divide and demonize migrants and refugees. And John and I every day have been speaking to our national media, have been online, combating those who seek to divide us. That's the power of our independence. It's not just the day in, day out work we do for more than 10,000 refugees each year that we welcome. It's the work we do in trying to shift the national conversation, take on the politics of hate, and remind this country that we are stronger and greater together. And we remain hopeful. Despite what a heavy week it has been, we remain hopeful. I was talking to my mum about this. She's been here 53 years, and she's such a proud Greek Australian, and talking about how hard it was to hear those words this week from Pauline Hanson, and to go, after all I've given, after all I've sacrificed, after the children that I've raised, I'm being told that my culture is a problem, the fact that I speak another language is a threat to our cohesion. This is your chance today to push back with love. We're going to push back with hope. We're going to push back with kindness and generosity, because most Australians are welcoming and kind, and we're proud of our multiculturalism. We're from 300 different languages that we proudly speak at home, more than 200 nations, 120 faiths, 500 First Nations, 65,000 years of history, proudly united together as Australians. And today's a celebration of that. So if you want to send a message of hope and welcome, call now, 1300 692 772. The beautiful Socceroos have also donated a framed jersey signed by the whole team while they were in the USA training. That's one of more than 60 beautiful auction items at asrc.org.au/auction till 10 p.m. tonight. And you can also go online and donate. Just asrc.org.au will take you there. But it's not about the money we raise, and that's important because it allows us to provide food, housing, healthcare, legal assistance, employment assistance, English classes, and aid to families that have been abandoned by this government. It's your chance to send a message of love and welcome. And we believe love is far more powerful than hate, don't we, Jana?
Oh, absolutely, it sure is. And, you know, what better way to kick off our telethon than after that beautiful welcome to country from Wurundjeri man Colin Hunter Jr. We will now be hearing from our telethon hero, Sanada, who will talk to you about the importance of World Refugee Day, what it means to her and her family. So we'll now hear from Sanada.
For 25 years, the ASRC community has stood beside people seeking safety. When Sanada Suljagic arrived in Australia as a child refugee, her family came to the ASRC for support, back when it operated from a small shop across the road.
My link to the ASRC is that I was a member here 25 years ago.
Today, 25 years later, she's returned as an advocate and proud supporter of the community that helped her family rebuild their lives.
I know that I'm just one story of many, but I do imagine that the people that walked through those doors 25, 20, 15 years ago would have integrated into our society in a way that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the ASRC.
Sanada's story is one of thousands. For 25 years, people seeking asylum and refugees have walked through the doors of the ASRC looking for safety, dignity and support. And with the backing of this community, they've gone on to build lives, families, businesses, careers and communities across Australia. In a time when division can feel loud, this community chooses something different: compassion, fairness, belonging. Because behind every refugee story is a community that made it possible. This World Refugee Day, we celebrate the countless stories that have shaped the ASRC over the past 25 years and the community helping power the next ones.
Across Australia, there are 1 million refugee stories, and for 25 years, thousands have found support at the ASRC. Join us for the World Refugee Day Telethon on 20th June and be part of the next chapter.
Hello. And we're back. And 2 weeks ago, the ASRC turned 25, literally 50 metres from where we're standing today. I opened the doors of the ASRC with a group of welfare studies students I was teaching at the time with a simple aspiration to provide food to people seeking asylum. Over 25 years through our frontline work, our direct advocacy in law reform, we've helped more than 100,000 refugees find safety and sanctuary in Australia. We do it with no federal government funding to be fearlessly independent, and we remain a place of welcome. Under this one roof, there are more than 25 different programs that provide the critical help of housing, food, aid, health, legal assistance, English classes, women's empowerment programs, refugee youth leadership programs, all based on what refugees themselves are asking from us, and all our campaigning based on what refugees want from us. And we do it together with refugees. From the streets of Footscray to the halls of Parliament in Canberra, Jana, we take delegations of young refugee leaders with us every time we go to make sure politicians are hearing directly from them.
Yeah, and today during the day you'll hear from some of those young refugee leaders, and because I think it's very important to remember all of the stories and the resistance of people seeking asylum who've walked through those doors, the bravery it takes to walk through those doors. And that's why it's so great that Sonata, as our Refugee Telethon hero this year, who was just such a great meeting of her. I met her recently because she's now volunteering for Para, supporting Palestinian refugees when they arrive. And she happened to mention that she recognised this area because she'd come across the road to get food when they had arrived over 20 years ago. So one of the first families to access ASRC was Sonata and her family, which is why it's so powerful. And that is the beauty of community, the beauty of ASRC, people being able to access ASRC when they need to, not because they've chosen to, but they need to because of oppression overseas or then arriving in Australia and not being treated properly, not having access to mainstream services, not having access to the right to work, such as Sonata's family. And so that is just sort of one such story that we'll hear from today, because this is really a celebration not only of the ASRC, but all the volunteers who have made it possible, all the refugees who have walked through that door, reflecting on 25 at ASRC's. And it really is such an honour to be working here, but also to thank refugees for trusting us. Yeah. Refugees and people seeking asylum are walking through our doors in some of the worst moments in their life, and that's what's been inflicted on them. So to then, and you'll hear from refugees today, some who have been part of our refugee leadership program have been to us in Canberra, some who have accessed our services and then have been able to go on and rebuild their lives, such as Sonata. But today really is a day of stories, talking about lived experience, but also lived experience is lived expertise, because who better is placed to say what a policy should look like than someone who has been oppressed by previous policies. So today is very much, it's not just about Con and Jana's show, it's also about everyone in our community, the volunteers who help us run, the staff who come in, and also, most importantly, refugee voices.
Yeah, and the money you're raising today through your kindness doesn't just power the frontline services, it powers those platforms for refugees to be heard. It's powering the work we're doing right now to take on the rise of racism and far-right politics. It's powering our work to get the right to work and healthcare and a safety net for people seeking asylum, to see an end to the horrors of offshore detention. That is the power of being fearlessly independent. Where our dream, after 25 years, the day I opened it was to close our doors. The great success of the ASRC will be the day we're no longer needed. So today is your chance. Today is your chance to send your message of welcome and love and hope. Go to asrc.org.au/telethon or call 1300 692 772. We've been cheering this morning our beautiful Socceroos from more than 15 different cultures, because they represent the finest in what Multicultural Australia stands for. Well, so does the ASRC and the refugees that we work with from more than 80 countries, powered by staff and volunteers from more than 60 countries. We speak more than 40 languages under this one roof. This is Australia. And we started the day by being welcomed by Wurundjeri man. This is Australia. There was no one this week that was listening to the words being spoken to divide us that felt anything but anger and shame. Today's our chance to feel love, pride, and hope like we did this morning. Even though we didn't get there, hey, they were 13th in the world, USA. We showed we never gave up. And that second half was amazing, yeah? And that's the spirit. We never give up as a country in fighting to make our country proud. Well, here's your chance to let refugees know that you're proud of them too and that you welcome them too. 1300 692 772. Jana, what's up next?
So what's up next is, we are now live at the telethon. We're about to see some great messages from ASRC supporters, Tom Ballard and Paul Dempsey as well. And then we'll be back live at 8 a.m. for our first hour of power, talking about football. It's an hour of power that's been generously matched by the Professional Footballers Australia, the union that represents the Socceroos and the Matildas, and the money that they are matching has come from that fund that Socceroos and Matildas, along with other players, put into. So that will be our first hour of power. And then we've got a big full pack schedule for you. But from now, we'll hear from some of our supporters, Tom Ballard and Paul Dempsey.
My name's Tom Ballard. I am an ASRC ambassador. I think I first came in here in 2016 when I was researching a show I was doing at the comedy festival called Boundless Plains to Share, which was a comedy lecture about Australia's immigration system, which was way funnier than that sounds. But I was just trying to learn as much as I could, and Con very kindly gave me a bit of time, and we sat down and had a chat about the kind of amazing work they do here, what a show like that might look like, and what it's all about, I suppose. And I was just incredibly struck by the sense of welcome, the sense of passion, the sense of joy that was in these walls. Yeah, I think once you come to the ASRC, you don't forget it, that's for sure. The honour of my life is getting to stand up for refugees, which is a big fundraiser we do at the Comedy Festival every year. Will Anderson and I started it a few years ago when things were looking a little bit rough around here and there was a big emergency appeal. We needed to keep the ASRC doors open, and we thought, well, we know lots of comedians who love this place and would happily donate their time during the Comedy Festival to raise a bit of cash, which has now grown into an annual tradition, selling out the Comedy Theatre and raising $60,000 this year, which is, yeah, amazing. And the love in that room, the need for it, you know, the desire to both laugh at the state of the world right now and also do something good for people who are doing it tough and people who are treated pretty poorly by our immigration system in this country, yeah, was really palpable. Happy World Refugee Day and happy World Refugee Day Telethon. Why not call this wonderful phone number and support the great work the ASRC does supporting people seeking asylum and refugees? Just call 1300 692 772. You can talk to a real human being. They haven't been AI'd yet. They're real people. And you can chip in a little bit of money to support the fantastic work this organisation does. They need your support now more than ever. Please dig deep this World Refugee Day. 1300 692 772. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Paul Dempsey, lead singer of Something for Kate and ASRC ambassador and supporter. I've been a supporter of the ASRC pretty much since the beginning. I remember growing up in an Australia where I felt like all the kids around me came from all different places, and that was a really cool thing. And then I remember a certain point where we suddenly had a government that started very much demonising and dehumanising people who were fleeing from other countries because of war or persecution, or I just couldn't stand to see the way the rhetoric and the discourse around not just refugees but migrants in general. I mean, even the word immigration today, it just means something different to the Australia I grew up with, and it really pissed me off. So when I saw the ASRC and what they were beginning to do when they started, I was immediately on board. We're at the World Refugee Day Telethon, celebrating 25 years of the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre, countless stories of refugees and people seeking asylum. You can donate right now by going to this website, calling this number, or texting. You can donate $25 because it's the 25th anniversary. Thank you very much.
And we are live back at the ASRC Telethon on World Refugee Day, and it is our first hour of power. It means all of your donations are doubled. That is thanks to a generous donor and the PFA, and we have Bo Bush from the PFA. Bo, first of all, welcome. Thank you for coming. I think it's the second year that the PFA are supporting the ASRC Telethon on World Refugee Day. Introduce yourself and tell us why you are supporting the Telethon on World Refugee Day at the ASRC.
Well, it's absolutely wonderful to be here today. We certainly wish it would have been after the Socceroos had beaten the US, but nevertheless, a really good performance, particularly in the second half. We're really passionate about the work that the ASRC do. For us, it's vital work. We're the beneficiaries, our game, of so many migrant communities, refugees, asylum seekers, and this really matters to us. It matters to the players. We're hugely inspired by the work, and it's just an absolute privilege to be here today and to be able to support it.
Yes, and we were here early. We had an early start anyway, but even earlier cheering on the Socceroos. And yes, it wasn't the result that we wanted, but there's still the hope of getting out of the group stage. And the result today doesn't take away from the fact that it is such a beautifully multicultural team. You've got, I think it's from at least 15 or 16 different nationalities and backgrounds, migrant backgrounds, refugee backgrounds. And the PFA, for people who are wondering out there, what the PFA is, the union that represents all those players. So you see the strength, you see the diversity in the team, and also PFA were behind and supported the Socceroos to do that amazing video which we saw that went out last week, Refugee Week. Do you mind talking a bit more about that video? And I mean, I just have to say first, on behalf of all of Multicultural Australia, thank you to you, thank you to all of the players for that video, because it's been a pretty awful week this week, full of a lot of hatred and divisive comments, and thank goodness that the World Cup is on. We've got the Socceroos to cheer on, and that video really lifted everyone's spirit. So I'm sure everyone is aware of the video that we're talking about, but Bo, do you mind sort of giving a bit of an introduction and talking about that video and that powerful message of multiculturalism that came from the Socceroos?
We are so proud of our national team players, from our Matildas to our Socceroos, and this isn't new. Our game has been the beneficiary of our First Nations people were called up, John Moriarty, before he even counted in the census. Our first team that went to a World Cup in 1974 was made up of many migrants that had came here to try and build a better life. So we're incredibly proud of each and every one of the Socceroos as people, as players, and really what the video was about was really highlighting the contribution that they're making to Australian football, importantly that they're making to our communities, and also we recognise that many within the community are feeling incredibly demonised. It's an incredibly divisive discussion being had out there at the moment, and we knew that the players had a platform to really talk about who they are as people, what strength that gives them as a team, but also the strength that gives Australia. So it was a moment to reflect on that. And sometimes we can importantly talk a little bit about what other people aren't doing or don't have. We really thought this was an opportunity to talk about the strength that this team has, and to really show to all Australians, particularly young Australians at the moment that are feeling really isolated, that we're with you. That's one of our values as a union, that we care deeply about solidarity, and the players really showed that unity to many in the community, and we're really proud of the impact that it's had. That's what we wanted to achieve.
Yeah, well, I think you absolutely have. It certainly touched me. I know it touched millions of others across the country. And so we do have our hour of power right now. A few phones to ring in. Keep those calls coming in, or head to the website, asrc.org.au, and can make a donation there. Donations for this next hour are generously doubled. So $5 becomes $10, $50 becomes $100. Now, not only have the PFA supported the telethon by matching donations for this next hour, but also through the Socceroos. I know, Bo, you were in the US recently. We have these amazing, hot off the press, Socceroos jerseys signed by those players you're watching and cheering on this morning. But this jersey is part of our auction, along with sort of 60 other items. Sorry, it's a little bit heavier and it's a bit awkward to see it, but this is the jersey. I can tell you it's right here. Even has on the bottom, Socceroos FIFA World Cup 2026. You can bid on the jersey. You're obviously with the players recently. How are they feeling ahead of the World Cup? And obviously, it's so great to see that the players while they are all professional footballers and that is their job, but they are also doing their part for the community, whether it's making the video, it's the comments that have been made during Refugee Week, or then signing jerseys like this to be donated. We're just going to put it down a bit, because otherwise I think we'll have a bit of a workout. But yeah, so Bo, the jersey.
Yeah, so we were over with the Socceroos in Sarasota in Florida in the lead up. They were working incredibly hard in really hot conditions over there. We also got to spend a bit of time with them. We went to the game against Mexico at the Rose Bowl, which was amazing. What's really vital to the players is that in 2019 they wanted to establish our Social Impact Trust. The Socceroos and the Matildas have been massive contributors to that. They've been able to ensure we've had impact in really important work such as the work done here. We're incredibly proud of that. We've also been able to support First Nations football programs, to asylum seeker football programs here in the community in Melbourne. So that's something that really matters to the players. It's something that we talk about regularly. We're fortunate to be able to bring in a lot of the groups that have actually, the players have positively impacted, and that's something that they're really inspired by. So we want to make sure Australian football is a real force for good, and it's an absolute privilege to be able to be here today, but importantly I'm here on behalf of the players who do truly care deeply about the work that's done here, and everybody should make sure that they continue to support it.
Thank you so much, Bo. Thank you to all the players for the jersey, also for giving us something positive to cheer towards this week, and taking some of the lines I've been hearing come out of this week. But football really is for everyone. I always love it when all of my interests come together, and I work in refugees, got a pride migrant background, and also a huge football fan. So it really does show that sport crosses all of those boundaries. And often you sort of hear people saying, oh, but maybe, people should just stick in their lane and stick to football rather than human rights. Why is it important that footballers are talking about human rights issue? Before the last World Cup that was in Qatar, the players also put out a video about workers' conditions and workers' rights, and this time it's about diversity and our strength being diversity. Why is it so important that those messages are coming from our players?
I think ultimately all of the members of the Socceroos and the Matildas are proud union members. They care about rights. What they importantly recognise is that we need to make sure that everyone's rights are respected, for their rights as workers to be respected, to ensure that Australian football is a rights-respecting environment. It's really important that we play our part in the broader community now. So that's something we're incredibly proud about. The players have been able to have a positive impact about that, but it's importantly, as I said, it's not just fighting for our own rights, it's recognising that the national teams need to be a force for good. We can have an important discussion around matters that are impacting the community and fans that are deeply impacted by policy positions that we're seeing put out now where people are feeling demonised. These players would be impacted by many of those policies, people they care deeply about. We have an opportunity to talk about it, so therefore we've taken that opportunity, and hopefully we can have an impact and really be able to support the important work that's being done by groups such as the ASRC.
Yeah, thank you. And with 4 players from refugee backgrounds, others with migrant, but 4 players from refugee backgrounds, and today is World Refugee Day at the Telethon powered by ASRC. Your donations are doubled for the next hour thanks to generous support and donations through the PFA and another donor. So thank you so much, Bo. Thank you to all the players. It's always hard getting up early for these telethon days, but it was made great being able to get up early and cheer on the Socceroos. Not quite the result, but there's another game to come, and hopefully there'll be more games since then. And if you were up earlier than usual on a Saturday, you can call through now, 1300 692 772, or you can go to our website, asrc.org.au. We're ready. We've got people ready to take your calls. Bo, we might even get you on the phone as well. You can even talk to Bo Bush if you want to call. Donations will be doubled. But yes, Bo, any final words before we hopefully hit the phones and take some calls? Because donations are doubled for the next hour, the ASRC Telethon on World Refugee Day.
I think today's a really important day for everyone to stand up and show what Australia really is, to really get behind the important work here, to push back against these really demonising narratives out there and show what Australians care about, the values that we hold, really elevate the important work that's being done here, because you get to see, as soon as you walk in the building, you know the impact the ASRC is having. So I urge everyone to get behind it. Certainly all of Australia's professional footballers are behind it. We want to see the rest of the community do that and really make sure we can have a wonderful impact.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Bo. Thanks to the PFA. Thanks to the Socceroos. Don't forget, you can also bid on the jersey. We've got the auction, which is currently live. You can bid on the jersey, which was signed by the current players. And, because there was something, the World Cup is on at the moment, the players weren't able to join us, but we are now going to share that beautiful message of unity right now. So thank you, Socceroos, over to you, and go Socceroos.
Go Socceroos.
I was born in Kakuma refugee camp in Kenya. My parents are South Sudanese.
I was born in Brisbane, Australia.
My family migrated from Cyprus.
I was born in Canberra, Australia.
I was born in Italy, raised in Perth.
I was born in Guinea and I came to Australia with my family as a refugee.
I was born in Sydney, Australia.
I was born in Newcastle, New South Wales.
Our family emigrated from Scotland to Western Australia.
I fled my birthplace, Knin, Croatia, as an 18-month-old baby. I lived as a refugee in Serbia until we moved at the age of 6 to Sydney.
No matter where you come from, football's for everyone.
No matter where you come from, football's for everyone.
No matter where you come from, football is for everyone.
The Socceroos aren't just a team. We are a reflection of modern Australia.
Our diversity is our strength.
The Socceroos are the best representation right now of what Australia is. You got people from all different kinds of backgrounds, born not only all over Australia, but all over the world.
When you wear this shirt, you represent every Australian.
To every kid, to everyone with a dream, we're for you, and we wear that with pride.
To be able to play for the national team is something that I'm very grateful for and I take a lot of pride in.
The Socceroos are they're a family that I'm proud to be a part of.
Playing for Australia is one of the biggest honours of my life.
Every time I put on that jersey, I just want to make the country proud.
There's a lot of journeys behind the jersey, so to be a Socceroos has many different meanings, but with one purpose, and that is to do the country proud.
We are proud of where we come from and who we represent, and proud to represent Australia.
Good morning and welcome to the World Refugee Day Telethon powered by the ASRC. We are actually in our first hour of power, which means that all donations are doubled. So if you call 1300 692 772 right now, any donation that you make will be doubled. I'm here with the incredible Kashif and Anastasia who are cooking in the kitchen. Kashif, what's going on here?
We are making a breakfast over here for everyone who is coming in early. So it's a big day for us with respect to being the World Refugee Day. We have a huge day planned for our refugee community and our supporters who are coming in to help us. So it's good fun.
Yeah, no, that is incredible. And I won't take up too much of your time, folks, because we don't want the food to burn. But Anastasia, what time did you get up? What time did you get here? And why are you here this morning?
Thanks for asking, Oggy. I was up at 4:30. I mean, the Socceroos were on, so it was an easy wake up. But I'm still here. Started working at 6 o'clock, got those eggs on, got the turkey bacon on, got the bread on, got the hash browns on, and I'm here because it matters. Because this country is a beautiful, colourful nation full of people from all over the world. And what started as a prison colony is now one of the most dynamic nations in this world. And you need to support ASRC and organisations across Australia who support refugees and support multiculturalism.
Yeah, absolutely. We're a beautiful multicultural place. I think, Kashif, you were born in Pakistan. Anastasia, you're a Greek Australian. I was born in Bosnia and the former Yugoslavia. We are multicultural and we're all here because we are here in support of refugees and people seeking asylum today. 1300 692 772. You both also work at the ASRC. I have the pleasure of calling you colleagues. Kashif, why do you keep coming to the ASRC and doing the work that you do?
It makes a huge difference to the people that we support. They are the most marginalized community in Australia. So whatever we do, either we're providing them support with respect to day-to-day life or with health or with their legal advice. This matters to all of us. This matters to our community, and we are very proud to do that work.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a Greek Australian, were you cheering on the Socceroos this morning?
I sure was. Like everyone in Australia, it was a really important match. Disappointing, but there's still more games to go, so definitely keep supporting the Socceroos.
No, it's quite incredible. So, yeah, we are in our first hour of power. 1300 692 772 is the number to call to donate, and any donation right now will be doubled. There's a lot happening at the ASRC already. It's early in the morning, but we've got a room full of volunteers. The phones have started ringing, and we've got these two incredible people, Kashif and Anastasia, who are preparing breakfast for the volunteers and the many refugees who will come through the ASRC doors today. The theme this year is 1 million stories, and we are trying to share as many of those stories as we can through the World Refugee Day Telethon powered by the ASRC today. So that's it from us out here. We will now throw back to people inside the hub. At the ASRC Dandenong, a home of hope for people living in the southeast, where thousands of people come seeking support every year. Let's find out more about what happens here. All right, we've got a bus here. Let's have a chat with a bus. Abbas, hello. You've been here at ASRC for the last 5 years or so, and you've been based here in Dandenong.
Correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about what happens at the ASRC Dandenong?
Well, surely the Dandenong is a house of hope for people seeking asylum, and we get to see thousands of people walking in, families and individuals throughout the year, and get support with a variety of things, including health, mental health, housing, food and material aid support, and also some legal support that is run through the ASRC legal team every Wednesday of the month. Every last Wednesday of the month, and so a variety of support, and we work very closely with the ASRC Footscray and trying to streamline the support services that we've got in the Footscray office, and connect our clients to access those services.
That is incredible. And Abbas, I know you. You are one of the most positive people I've ever met. What keeps you coming to work every single day?
Well, I think what really keeps me coming is the interaction with people seeking asylum, and being part of their journey is the most rewarding thing. And I love interacting with people, and I love to support them in whatever way we can, either be just, a casual conversation, it could be just connecting them to the services, or it could be just having a debriefing session and just providing the support as they need.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Abbas. This is such a beautiful building as well. It was the building that's been donated to the ASRC, which is quite incredible that our community of compassion supported ASRC in this way for us to have this home of hope in the southeast. I think Zabi's just around the corner.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. Well, let's have a chat with Zabi, because Zabi works here. What's Zabi's role?
He's the community cultural coordinator.
Community cultural coordinator. Let's find out what the community cultural coordinator does. Hello, Zabi. Hello. How are you? We've just found out you are the community cultural coordinator. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do at ASRC Dandenong?
Sure. Yes, I'm the bicultural community engagement coordinator, and I design sessions, in general information sessions for people seeking asylum, to empower them more and teach them skills and knowledge in regards to the services available locally. So we provide those sessions and facilitate both by internal ASRC services and also external local services here in Dandenong and the southeast.
Yeah, that's incredible. It's a whole heap of things that you are responsible for. What's one of the best things about your job?
I think one of the best things is the interaction with people seeking asylum, and the opportunity to be part of their journey and being able to support them in some ways. And the best thing is living your values based on human rights and all that.
Yeah, it was quite incredible, Zabi. And can you talk to us maybe, while we've got a little bit of time, just a little bit about some of the challenges that you face every day?
Obviously, the challenges is the difficulties that the people seeking asylum who come here for support they face. It's not a simple and easy life that they live. So you being part of their support services is challenging, because it's difficult to understand that they don't have much support other than places like the ASRC.
And as a bicultural worker, you can also probably greet many people in their home language, and that surely makes a big difference to the way that they can access support at the ASRC.
Definitely. So part of my role is to conduct sessions that are in different languages. So the languages that I speak is a bonus in interaction with those people, but where we need, we book interpreters as well for the sessions. So it makes a big difference for people to be able to understand in their own language and understand it from a different perspective.
That is incredible. So the ASRC Dandenong also has a food bank, which we are going to go to next, Zabi. Let's find out what happens at the food bank. Great. And here we are at the food bank at ASRC Dandenong. I can see Kate's here. Let's find out a little bit more about the food bank from Kate. Kate, hello. Hi. So you are part of the food bank here at Dandenong. What happens here?
Yep, so in 2022 we decided to open a second food bank. We've been established in the West for about 25 years and realised there was a real growing need in the southeast for this kind of support. So in September 22 we opened our second food bank here at Dandenong.
Yeah, would you show us the food bank? Do you mind? Yeah. All right, here we are, heart centre of the food bank. What happens here, Kate?
Okay, so as you can see, we focus on fresh produce and staple food. So we have coconut milk, we have oil, tin goods, lots of dried legumes and rice, breakfast cereals. Coming around here, we have very basic toiletries. What I think I love the most in our food program, which a lot of programs can't offer, is we're really lucky that we can offer fresh fruit and vegetables. It is really expensive to do this, but we find it's a really, really important part of people's journey, nourishing them. And the good thing is that people can come in here and do a whole shop. So they don't have to shop around. They can come in here once a week, get all their groceries for free, including the really important fruit and vegetables, which is vital for health. So.
Yeah, and Kate, what's happened in the southeast? Because I remember you recently talking about the fact that this food bank's become something that people rely on even more in recent times. Is that right? And why is that?
Well, I think we can all relate to the cost of food is crazy, skyrocketing, and really hard for people to afford. And I think a lot of new migrants that come settling in Dandenong, it's one of the most multicultural LGAs in Australia. So seeing big demand, people aren't having to travel all across to our Footscray site. So locals living in the area finding out that we have a second food bank here, so coming in the door. So we're probably supporting a few hundred people every month.
Yeah, it's incredible. And also there are a few places that also support the food bank. There's some businesses that donate to the food bank.
We're really lucky with some of our partnerships. Josh's Eggs, incredible, donate all our eggs across both sites, probably worth well over $50,000 a year. Over here we have Chobani, who donate all our yogurt. We have Soap Aid, who donate all our soap for free. Suno, all our feminine hygiene products. So lots of partners. Would be great to get some more. But yeah, we feel very lucky. Also, Nuttalex donate all our plant-based milk and spreads.
That's incredible. And how are you staffed here? Do you have volunteers that help out?
Yeah. So very small staff. It's mainly myself and my manager Abbas, and then it's fully staffed with volunteer teams. So I've got about 24 volunteers. So yeah, we couldn't do what we do without the support of our community.
Could we talk to one of the volunteers just to find out why they come here?
Sure. Glenda?
Yeah. Oh, hello. Hi, how you going? Kate was just showing us around. She said that you volunteer here. Why do you keep turning up to help out at the food bank?
I love it. I love being here. I feel part of a community, the community of Dandenong. Sort of, I get to know our members, our gorgeous Kate, my fellow volunteers. So yeah, there's what's not to love. I feel sense of purpose. I feel busy. Yeah.
That's incredible. And so 25 years of the ASRC this year and 25 years of support from incredible volunteers like Gwenda. Thank you so much for that. And Kate, you've also got a herb garden, is that right?
We do.
Do you want to show us the herb garden? Come on, let's have a look.
Okay, heading into winter, so I can't show it a story, but here we have a passion fruit vine over summer dripping with passion fruit. So we do come out here in the morning and pick herbs, which we give out in the food bank. Herbs are really expensive, a really nice add-on for people to have, but something that we wouldn't use our money to purchase, so it's been really nice. We also have a lot of members that love to come out here. We give them secateurs, they pick their own things. So we've got thyme, we've got lemongrass. We did ask members what they wanted, and big demand for chilies, flat leaf parsley, mint, so we've planted all of the above. As you can see here, just been picking some chilies this morning, plenty more to be picked, flat leaf parsley, and over here we have curry leaf tree, another request from our members. We have a moringa, which was another request from our members, particularly from Sri Lanka, liked that. So yeah, lots of fun out here, nice and relaxing to come and spend time, and great to add herbs to what we can offer our clients in the food bank.
That is incredible. Thank you so much for showing us around. What a great use of space. Kate, one last question for you. What is the best part of your job?
Oh, so many good parts. I would have to say, I mean, the obvious is the clients that we're supporting. They're beautiful, beautiful people. But for me, the volunteers that I work with, I feel that ASRC attracts really like-minded, compassionate, beautiful humans. So every day I come to work and work with an incredible team. They come in, they give their own time, they're not paid, they're here because they love it and know that we're doing good work. So for me, that's what makes my job extra special.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kate. But that's not it for ASRC Dandenong. There's a whole upstairs, which we're going to take you to next. Come on. All right, we've just come upstairs here at the ASRC Dandenong. We've got people working here, and I want to show you the employment program. So just come here with me. I want to introduce you to someone very special. This is Peter. Hello, Peter. Sonia. Peter's been a volunteer at ASRC and also supporting the employment program. Can you tell us a little bit about the employment program, Peter?
Yes, we work with our clients to help them prepare to get work. Yeah. It means looking at improving their resumes, giving them strategies, sometimes finding them jobs directly or indirectly. So we do the best we can to help them get jobs.
That's incredible. And you're a volunteer. Again, you're giving up your time to be part of the ASRC Dandenong. What's made you want to do that, and why are you here helping out?
Well, I had some time and I wanted to give back somehow to society and communities, and I saw this job and my background was perfectly suited for it, so I thought it's something I can really contribute to, and you want to help people as best I can.
Yeah. And what's that feeling, Peter, when you do see someone succeed into employment? What does that feel like?
It's a very fulfilling feeling, helping people get work, but even just supporting the community in any way we can. It doesn't always mean work, but it means some sort of support.
That is incredible. Thank you so much, Peter. So come on up here. Just if we come up the stairs here, there's even more to the ASRC Dandenong. Up here we've got an area, it's not in use at the moment, but we've got a place here where English classes take place. Our legal program operates from here as well, being accessible to clients in the southeast. When people come and bring their children here, we've got an area where children can come and play as well. We know that making the place accessible to families is really, really important. And as you can see, the ASRC Dandenong is an incredible, vibrant place and an opportunity for us to be part of the community in the southeast, alongside the centre and Footscray. We service people all across Victoria. So if you're a person seeking asylum and you need support, you can come to the ASRC Dandenong or the ASRC Footscray. Thank you for being part of the tour. Back to the telethon. One 692-772. It's the number to call. 30 minutes left of our hour of power. Now that means that all donations are being doubled. They're being doubled up to $45,000 thanks to the PFA and other really generous sponsors. I'm here with the incredible Sanada. Sanada is our telethon hero this year. She is one of the 1 million stories. We are so incredible that she's part of the World Refugee Day Telethon, powered by the ASRC, that she's part of this event with us. We're going to throw to a little video just to hear a little bit more about Sanada's story, and then I'm going to have an opportunity to have a conversation with Sanada as well. But 1300 692 772, if you're watching the video of Sanada's story and you want to donate, you can do it at the same time. There's no problem with that. 1300 692 772. All donations are doubled. We'll be back in just a moment for a chat with Sanada.
My link to the ASRC is that I was a member here 25 years ago when the ASRC was across the road in a little hole-in-the-wall fruit shop.
In 2000, Sanada Suljagic arrived in Australia as a child refugee after years of displacement across Europe. Like many newly arrived families, her mother was trying to navigate a new country, a new language, and an uncertain future.
When we came to Australia, we already had one aunt here, and she was the only person that we had from close family, and then my mum had a cousin and his sister. Both of them had only arrived very recently. The war started in 92. The people that kind of migrated, they migrated in 92, and there was wraparound services for those people. Whereas by the time we arrived in 2000, 2001, those services were already dismantled. So there was no service where someone shows you, for example, you know, this is how you enroll in school. This is where you go to buy stationery.
Everything was unfamiliar. There were no smartphones, no Google Maps, and very little guidance. Like many refugee families that were trying to work everything out from scratch.
The ASRC at that time, it just felt like going shopping. Like you'd actually come with a trolley, like we'd have the little grandma shopping trolley, and then even walking today and looking at how the ASRC does it, it's still that same concept of people having dignity and having choice.
For Sanada's family, support wasn't just about food. It was about dignity, it was about choice, and it gave her mother one less thing to worry about while rebuilding a life in Australia.
So the ASRC was always kind of in the background of my life. ASRC was always like this voice that they were giving to people that absolutely under no circumstance would have a voice, would not even know that they have a voice or that they have certain rights.
Today, Sanada is a successful business owner and advocate. The values that shaped her family's journey continue to shape the way she contributes to her community.
I know that I'm just one story of many, and I think with the ASRC, if you were to look back at anyone that had like walked through those doors 25, 20, 15 years ago, like the majority of those people would have integrated into our society in a way that wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for the ASRC. You can now take the privileges that you had of having had that support, and you can now give it back to someone else that is maybe arriving here now.
25 years ago, Sanada, you walked through the doors of the ASRC. Your story, not too dissimilar to my family's story. Both of us fled the same conflict in the former Yugoslavia, in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and sought safety here in Australia. What were the first few weeks like for you when you first came to Australia?
Reflecting on it, Oggy, I guess as a child, it was exciting because at the time you're obviously not aware as to, you know, where you are, why you're even here. But after a few weeks of settling in, there was some difficulty. You know, it was a time where there was no mobile phones, there was no internet. You know, even public transport was hard to navigate. Yeah. But ultimately, it was the first time that we had a sense of permanent, like a permanent home. As you know, before that, you know, our stays in Europe across Germany, Slovenia was always very temporary. And Australia was the first place where we had, I guess, a permanent home, a place to call home.
And an opportunity to start to rebuilding your life. And I remember for my family in those early days, sitting around the kitchen table and reading the dictionary together, just to test each other on what the different words mean, to try and make sure that we were learning the language as quickly as possible and rebuilding our lives here as quickly as possible. And it's hard, isn't it? And, you know, 25 years ago, probably very different supports to the sort of supports that exist now. But what was it like for you when you walked through the doors of the ASRC 25 years ago? And, you know, what difference did the ASRC make to your life all those years ago?
one of the things that I reflected on when I came back here again was, as a refugee throughout Europe, through even in Australia where we initially arrived, the support we were receiving were generally in the form of food hampers, very little choice, very little agency around, the support you have access to. Whereas walking through the ASRC, even though back then it was, a little fruit shop, it was nothing like what it is today. That was the first time we had an experience as refugees of having agency around, the food we eat, the choice we have, and it just felt normal. It didn't feel like you had your agency taken away from you by someone handing you a hamper. So that was that. And then walking through, the ASRC is completely different now, and like when I met you, for me, it was kind of a shock seeing what it's grown into. And it was both it was both a sense of pride, like how incredible that this is what the organisation is now, but also a sense of sadness that this is what's needed still in Australia today to support migrants and refugees and people seeking asylum. That we haven't really we haven't come far as a nation in terms of the supports existing in the system, that the ASRC has to step up to support those people, but also a sense of pride that this is what it's grown into.
Yeah. It is an incredible organisation that does so much, and I know exactly what you're talking about. The reason the ASRC exists is because of government failures, policy failures. And it's the reason that the ASRC provides health support, provides food, provides housing, provides employment support, we run 2 social enterprises, and the list goes on. But it's because the government is failing people. And, I'd probably say that, thinking back to when I came to Australia, that things are actually getting harder and harder
100%.
for refugees and people seeking asylum. Not only the way that community sometimes looks at refugees and people seeking asylum because of divisive political narratives, but then also because of government choices which are making rebuilding your life difficult. But I know that through the support that my family received in those early days, that I was able to rebuild my life. I did have an opportunity to go on after finishing high school and finish law school, and I'm here now working at the ASRC supporting other refugees and people seeking asylum. Your story is also incredible. 25 years later, what are you doing with your life now, Sanada? You're an incredible person.
Thank you, Augie. Similar to you, I went on to do law as well and accounting, and I have a professional services firm that I run and employ Australian staff and do all the things, a good migrant does, but all through the support of organisations like the ASRC initially, in giving you just that initial really small helping hand, but it actually made all the difference to our lives, and even just seeing the opportunities, making you aware of the opportunities that exist as a migrant or as a person in Australia, made a huge difference to our lives.
And with your children now, who were born here and have grown up as Australians, what's it like for you talking to them about the experiences you've had and contrasting your life to the life they're living now?
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, our children are very aware of the privileges they have in this country. They're aware of it because they've travelled, they've seen how people live in other countries, they're aware of it because of how we speak to them. They know our story, they know why I was born somewhere else but live here. And they actually have both our children have a lot of empathy and a lot of sort of wanting to help in them as a result of that. And I think that's generally really important, to raise kids like that, wherever you come from, that have a sense of empathy towards everyone, no matter their religion, their race, their colour, their backgrounds. So they're actually really beautiful and very empathetic kids.
No, that is incredible, and I would probably say quite similar to my kids. And I sometimes hear my son talking to his friends about what happened to my life and my father and my mother, and he's retelling the story, and it makes me quite emotional just thinking about it now, but also quite proud that he's got that as part of his history. It is 1 million stories that is the theme of this year's World Refugee Day and the World Refugee Week. Sanada, we are talking about the fact that the ASRC has also been around for 25 years. So for 25 years, this has been a home of hope for more than 26,000 people and their families, for whom the ASRC has provided critical support. Sanada, when you were asked to be the hero for this year's World Refugee Day Telethon powered by the ASRC, why did you say yes?
One of the main reasons is to sort of counter that narrative that currently exists around migrants and refugees and people seeking asylum. And that narrative is just getting louder. It's been given more airtime. It's more centre front in everything. To be honest, that was the number one reason. It wasn't so much, my story is not unique. Like if you speak to the majority of people that have arrived in Australia, even in the last 5 years, like people are shocked at the things that they've achieved. And I think one of the main reasons, like when I really truly reflect on that as to like why do migrants go on to achieve the things that they do, it is because they truly genuinely value the opportunities they have, and they don't take them for granted. You know, and then when I reflect, I'm like, you know, you are the true patriot of this nation. Like you are the one that values this country more so than anyone else, because you know what it's like not to have the things that do exist in this country. You know, whereas some others just take that for granted and have never lived without having this opportunity, without having the safety, the shelter, the right to work, the right to study. You know, so that was my number one reason, is just to kind of counter some of that. And to sort of show all the things that refugees have achieved, not just me, but the million others.
Yeah, no, that is incredible. And you're absolutely right. You know, while far-right actors are mobilising and the stories around division and hate are gaining momentum in this country, today we are about telling a very different story, one about unity, one about hope, one about welcome. Sanada, thank you so much for being the World Refugee Day Telethon hero. We're going to hear a lot more from Sanada throughout the day. I think you're about to do an interview with with ABC Breakfast as well. So if you are switching between the Telethon live stream and ABC, you might see Sanada on ABC Breakfast in just a few moments. We are celebrating 25 years. 1300 692 772 is the number to call, because we are still in our hour of power. Hour of power means that all donations, every single donation that you make right now will be doubled, up to $45,000, thanks to the PFA and other incredibly generous donors. Sanada, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's 25 years of ASRC, 25 years of stories, much like Sanada's, of hope, of unity, and we are now going to watch a little video which is about those 25 years.
So I am standing in front of the first ASRC, and I mean basically the length of my two arms. It's just from that pipe to that blind. That's as big as it is. This is where I stood on the 8th of June 2001, announcing the official opening to launch the ASRC. We officially said we're here to welcome refugees.
Happy 25th birthday to the ASRC and all its members.
Happy 25th birthday to the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre. Thank you for all of your advocacy and community support over the last 25 years.
Happy birthday Asylum Seeker Resource. بالعربي 25 سنة وإن شاء الله للأمام.
Happy 25th birthday ASRC. Thank you for all your tireless work supporting refugees and people seeking asylum.
Congratulations to 25 years of the ASRC.
Happy 25th birthday ASRC!
Happy 25th birthday to the ASRC. Thank you for helping me and helping others as well.
Happy birthday ASRC, 25 years of being there and supporting people as they seek protection in this country. I'm so proud to be involved, and my heart goes out to everyone for supporting ASRC and working with us across this 25 years.
Your community is your strength, and staying together and staying united is the most important thing that we can do. Happy 25th birthday to the ASRC.
So here at the ASRC, we have an incredible volunteer program. We have hundreds of volunteers who come through our centre every single week. For that reason, we have such a great purpose and mission, all centred around supporting people seeking asylum.
So when I joined, it was a very much smaller organisation. We're in West Melbourne. I just came along to a volunteer information evening, and that was it really. And then we were food bank originally with 2 of us. It's grown so much, which is a good thing, because then we're servicing more people.
I've often thought that you kind of need to do big things to change the world, but I actually think banding together and camaraderie and cohesion and just caring for each other can actually be quite simple.
It's very multicultural. There's people from different parts of the world, but we're all united by the same mission to give back and help those in need.
You see it a lot up at lunch when everyone's eating in the same room and the meals just like bring everyone together.
It's the culture of the place. Like you walk in the door and you feel it.
The people that work here and how much they love coming in and helping others, it reminds me why I wanted to pursue law in the first place.
We're all human and we all want to make the community better for everyone.
That sense of belonging really resonates with people, and I think that's why the ASRC's had such a strong connection to the community.
I feel fulfilled and I feel that I've put my time to good use by volunteering here. It's a highlight of my week actually.
I always believe that together we make the difference. So as a team, it's a big team.
If I were to sit down with a volunteer from 25 years ago, I'd tell them keep going because this is what you're going to build, and it kind of inspires me to realise I'm part of something that will continue to go on with my efforts and without, and hopefully this is here for many, many years to come.
I would thank them for being there at the start, and I'm sure they'll be so proud and happy to see how much this community has grown.
I think I would just tell them that what they did was a good thing. We just need to hope that future generations keep that passion and we keep on doing good things.
I thank them for their courage as well, because it's much easier to join something that's very established and has been going for a long time, but if they hadn't blazed the trail, we wouldn't have the opportunity to do what we're doing now.
I'd like to give them a tour. Yeah, I think that's true. I just feel like it's such an expanding organisation.
Just keep at it. It's going to be up and it's going to be down. It's going to be good times and very bad times. But we are doing a good job and we're doing something very important. So don't give up, because, you know, there's always light. Always light.
Wonderful. That's it. Thank you. No.
And we are back live at the ASRC World Refugee Day Telethon. We are into our first hour of power where all donations are doubled thanks to the PFA, the union that represents the Socceroos and the Matildas and other players and other donors. So we've got the football on behind us, Morocco-Scotland, just for those who are watching on. Morocco is winning 1-0. Go Morocco. Now, there are so many people who helped make today possible, and let's go and have a chat to a few people. First of all, in here, oh my gosh, look at this office, and it's Con. Con, hello. Con. Oh, what do you have here, Con? What have you got in this office?
By the entire current World Cup Socceroos, signed by the current entire World Cup Socceroos team while they were training in the USA just to support refugees and the ASRC. You can bid for this right now at asrc.org.au/telethon till 10 p.m. tonight. Come on, get bidding. It's only at $1,000 at the moment for this.
My gosh, what a bargain at the moment. Only $1,000. Get your bids in.
And you can also get things like helicopter rides, weekends away, beautiful catering, flower vouchers, Spanish English classes. But most importantly, it is World Refugee Day, and everyone I've been speaking to today has turned up with an intentionality to go. We are not going to be bystanders when people try to drive hate and fear and division in this country. We love. And today we're going to have radical love, empathy and welcome with migrants and refugees by showing our support on World Refugee Day. This is your chance to send a national message. If you want to show the Pauline Hansons, I'm going to bloody name her, the Pauline Hansons of this world, that hate does not win and that we are not a fearful and divided country, well, show up for refugees today. It's not how much you give, it's that you give. And show that you want to send a message of welcome, support and solidarity. And go Socceroos, even though we didn't win today. We brought what every multicultural Australian does, our very best effort. And that's why we're always proud of them, and we're proud of our multicultural Australia. We come from over 200 countries, speak more than 300 languages, united in our love of this country and our pride in being Australians, and the pride in our cultures and languages too. So let's send a message to welcome till 9 a.m.
10 more minutes, that's 10 more minutes.
Professional Footballers Australia, which is the players' union for the Socceroos and Matildas, the money being matched comes from their dues, is matched till 9 a.m. up to $45,000. 1300 692 772. and it's just going to be lovely volunteers on the other end. Otherwise, you can go to...
Who we're actually going to go and talk to right now.
Yeah, or you go to asrc.org.au, that's my cue/telethon.
That is the cue. Winding it up, Con. We'll be back so we can auction off that wonderful jersey later. We're going to go past this incredible barbecuing. I know you've already heard from Anastasia this morning, but you're delivering some food for Con, are you?
Some con food. We've got halloumi, hash brown and egg rolls.
What a great mixture of different multicultural cuisines there. You've got hash browns, you've got halloumi, got eggs.
Cooked by an amazing Greek Australian.
Cooked by Greek Australian, eggs donated by Josh's Eggs. I mean, it's just so incredible, all of the support that we get to make this day possible. Now, we'll just keep on going. This way, a very conveniently placed sign if you want to know how you can donate, because for the next 8 minutes, all donations are doubled. $5 becomes $10, $10 becomes $20, $50 becomes $100. But you can call 1300 692 772. You can text HOPE to 0476 000 111, or if you like that good old World Wide Web, and I know I sound like a boomer by saying that, but go asrc.org.au, telethon, and you can donate, because donations are doubled. You can also ring the phone lines. We are waiting to take your calls. I think we've got some volunteers here who are waiting to take your call. Good morning. Are you on the phone? Am I interrupting you? No, you're not on the phone. But hello, good morning. You're volunteering your time this morning.
Absolutely. Yeah, first volunteer, and what a great cause. Have been following your Instagram page and decided to put my name forward, and it's just been a wonderful experience from the moment I walked in through the door. So thank you.
Well, thank you. No, I won't interrupt you while you're answering, but how fantastic. First-time volunteer coming to World Refugee Day Telethon powered by the ASRC, answering the phone calls while donations are doubled for the next, I think we've got about 6 more minutes that they're doubled for, thanks to the PFA and generous donors. We've got other volunteers over here. I won't interrupt them while they're busy doing their job, but you can hear the phones going in the background. Please keep those calls coming. We are trying to raise $1.5 million. It's a huge task, but at a time more than ever, people are wanting to take action. And by getting on the phones, making a donation today on World Refugee Day to the ASRC, you are taking action. You are sending a symbol of love. You are sending a symbol of hope, of welcome. You are rejecting the hate and the division that is out in the world at the moment. Channel those amazing multicultural Socceroos. Channel everything that you're part of being part of multicultural Australia, whether it's different languages, different music, different stories, different food, all the cultures that we bring together. We've got so many of them here under the one roof at the ASRC. And your donations, you're probably wondering, well, what am I donating to? You are donating to provide services to people seeking asylum. Over 7,000 people seeking asylum living in the community in Victoria, or also in detention, or also offshore in Papua New Guinea or Nauru at the moment. There are still 26 men and their families trapped in PNG. Have been over there for 12 years. There are over 100 people on Nauru. There are people in detention. We have a health clinic. We have a supermarket. We also have over here Mo. Hi, Mo. Now, I've been at the ASRC for a long time. We did turn 25 last week. I've been here at 16 years. But Mo, I think you're one of the next longest serving. How many years have you clocked up now?
11 years, would you believe?
11 years? No, my goodness, it just feels like yesterday. But Mo powers all of our ICT. So the reason that you can make all the phone calls, the reason that you can jump online is thanks to Mo and his fantastic team. Now, this is actually our 11th telethon. So you've been here for every single telethon. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling absolutely energised and positive. So we're looking forward to all the calls. We're looking forward to all the outreaches today. So can't wait.
Yeah, so let's give Mo a bit of a challenge. Let's try and melt down all of those phones. Keep them ringing. Your donations are doubled. What's the time on our? We've got. Is that
nearly 9?
Nearly 9. We've got 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes of your donations doubled. As you can see behind me. Oh, excuse me.
Sorry.
Fancy running into you. This is Oggy.
Hi, Dana. How's it going?
I'm good. Were you just about to pick up your phone and call and donate because they're being doubled for the next 2 minutes?
What's the number?
Oh my gosh, the number is 1300 692 772. Or you can also text.
I was going to ask you because I don't call people anymore. Can I just text someone? What number would I call?
If you wanted to text, you would text 0476 000 111. Now, on that note, we are about to throw straight over to Con. We're going live from here, so your donations will be doubled. Con, hello, over to you.
Thank you, Colin. That's so true. I'm so happy to have been a long-time friend of ASRC, and for me, as a First Nations person, I understand what it means to be displaced from culture, from language, from family, from everything that you know, and that's why for me it's important to support asylum seekers and people that have literally lost everything and that are trying to start a new life and have new beginnings and grow into the people that they were supposed to be, you know. And as a First Nations person, and I can't speak for other people because we as First Nations people, like other cultures, are not a monolith, but from my perspective, asylum seekers are welcome here in Australia.
I want to talk about these two things. One, I was speaking at a reconciliation event with refugees and First Nations people. I was saying about when my parents came in from Greece, the one people that always welcomed them, never told them to go back to where they came from, were First Nations people. And that's the story of every migrant and refugee in this country. But when you hear this week that we must be a monocultural society, not a multicultural one.
What is that?
What is that? But as a First Nations woman, speaking for yourself, how did that feel given you have 65,000 years of hundreds of First Nations, cultures, languages? How did that land for you?
Yeah, I think, again, as we were just having a little chit-chat about before, we have never been a monoculture. We have never been a monolith. Prior to colonisation BC, before Cook, we had hundreds and thousands of First Nations communities and cultures that had their own spirituality and law that they followed. And then when colonisation happened and everything after that, we just became multicultural in a different way. And for the best, for the positive, as opposed to the deficit, I believe, we've become a richer community because of all the other communities that have come to call Australia home.
That is so beautifully said. And combining the two together, First Nations culture, history, stories, and migrant refugee histories and stories together, how does it make you feel? I know for me, it makes me feel immensely proud, from the Welcome to Country this morning to seeing people from dozens of different cultures in this space right now. All I feel is a sense of pride and love. How does it make you feel?
Oh, 100%. It always makes me feel proud. And, you know, the fact that I can wake up every morning and go to a restaurant from any sort of, you know, cultural background and eat whatever I want, go to different parts of Melbourne and see the rich cultures that live in those sort of things. And my son, he is also the son of a migrant who came here to have better opportunities. My son is Ibu. He is Nigerian as well as First Nations Aboriginal. So he also has mother country or father country across the ocean somewhere else as well. So it's important for me to support others from other communities as well.
Whenever I get a chance to go up to the Northern Territory in volunteer work that I do, the welcome I get from First Nations community, the pride and generosity, like it reminds me a lot of my own culture around the respect of elders, the idea that it's not individualistic, it's collective, the kindness and how much they love the curiosity of wanting to learn about language and culture and kinship. Yeah. We have so much common ground in that beautiful way, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what draws First Nations people to other cultures, is those similarities, but also celebrating differences as well. I think, that's the thing that is so important.
And today it's World Refugee Day.
It is, Khan.
And what's the key message you want to get across to wrap up? What would you like people to hear? So for me, I feel so proud and full of love and respect that we are connected to the oldest continuous living culture on earth. I feel such a gift whenever I'm welcomed to country, as we were this morning by Uncle Colin. I feel such a gratitude that we have First Nations people as allies who always show up for refugees. And I'm so grateful for you for always showing up for us. What's your final message you'd like to give to the community?
I think, let's celebrate World Refugee Day and all the great, amazing work that the Asylum Seekers Resource Centre has done for many, many years. But of course, we can't do that without our support. And we're really lucky that we've got amazing supporters out there that always come through every single telethon, Con. And of course, it's nearly the end of the hour of power as well. And you've got all day. It's really early.
Yeah, we're here till 11 o'clock.
Yes, I know. And in years past, I've been here in the afternoon and late at night. So this is my first time being here in the morning, and it's nice, and I've got a brekkie and a coffee coming. But again, it's just about supporting the Asylum Seekers Resource Centre, because you guys support so many people that are in need, but more importantly, people that want to, start and have a new beginning and have opportunities to become the person that they want to become.
Layla, thank you for your support. Thinking between the two of us, the soccer.
I know.
We are Australia, and we're
so many amazing things happening.
I'm grateful with you. Thank you, Layla. Everyone, we're here till 11 o'clock tonight. 1300 692 772, or go to asrc.org.au/telethon to send a message of solidarity and welcome and pride in our beautiful multicultural First Nations Australia. We're going to throw to some videos now from some of our supporters out there who are also going to be encouraging you to send a powerful message of love and welcome. The ASRC is celebrating 25 years. Australia is celebrating 1 million stories of welcoming refugees. Let's send a powerful national message around the country we are, one led by love, compassion, and that our diversity is our strength and we are stronger together. Thank you. Thank you, Layla.
No worries.
Hey, we're Ramel and the Snippers, and we're here today to help support World Refugee Day Telethon with the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre. We are helping out because we really believe that everybody has the right to safety and opportunity, and we want to make asylum seekers and refugees feel welcome in this country.
You can call in or go online to donate. These donations go towards helping asylum seekers and those seeking refuge.
Donate if you're able to. It's a really important cause, and if everyone does a little bit of work, then we can help a lot of people, for those seeking asylum and refugees that need welcoming and support.
And happy 25th birthday to the ASRC. Thanks for all you do. It's so sick that you do that for the community.
Hello, I'm Claire Bowditch, and I'm having the time of my life here in the call room at the ASRC Telethon. I hope you're having a fun time too, and I hope that you know that every dollar, every single dollar that you give will go towards something that I've noticed over the last 25 years is very cool and very hopeful. And to do that, you have to call us, and I often forget the number, even though I've been here for many, many years. That's why they give me this T-shirt, right? So it's 1300 692 772. I'm pretty sure that's it. Try it, and if that doesn't work, just mix the numbers up and try again. I'll be here. I look forward to speaking with you. Mwah.
Yes, it's me, Dolly Diamond, and I wanted to say happy birthday to the ASRC. Congratulations on 25 years. It's incredible, isn't it? But if you're watching this video, I would love you to make a donation, because it's World Refugee Day and we need the funds. Make a donation and do your bit for World Refugee Day.
Hi, I'm Andy Griffiths, and I'm supporting the World Refugee Day Telethon to support people seeking asylum to rebuild their lives in safety. Call in to donate or go online to help create a fairer, more welcoming Australia. And happy 25th birthday to the Asylum Seeker Resource Centre. Thank you for all of your advocacy and community support over the last 25 years.
All right, we are back here at the World Refugee Day Telethon powered by the ASRC. I'm here with the incredible Sebastian Lugo, but before we get to Sebastian, 1300 692 772 is the number to call if you want to donate. I am going to just in a few minutes time let you know where the total is up to, how much we've raised this morning already. It's been an incredibly powerful morning, and we've had lots of people calling, lots of people sending through donations through our website and through texting Hope as well. Sebastian Lugo, this is not your first telethon, is it? You've been here before.
Yes.
How many times?
I think a couple times, but last time I remember it like just being here and answering some phone calls.
Yeah.
It's very special.
And I just want to clarify for everyone, I'm not very tall. Sebastian's sitting down, I'm standing up. This doesn't happen very often that I am taller than Sebastian. But Sebastian is a Colombian singer-songwriter whose music explores love, which is beautiful, resilience and the human experience, from busking on Melbourne streets to performing on some of Australia's biggest Latin music stages. He has built a reputation for powerful performances and heart heartfelt storytelling. And no stage bigger than the World Refugee Day Telethon powered by the ASRC. We're so happy to have you here with us today.
Thank you.
Your music, Sebastian, often explores themes of resilience and hope.
It does.
Why are those themes important to you?
I think because those are things that we all share. You know, we all go through harsh situations, and
yes,
I think it's something that I resonate with when it comes to a reflection of my story and what I see around me. I think what makes Australia great is that shared resilience of, you know, coming together to the same place, and you know, everybody has been very welcoming of me, so I want to do the same for everybody. And, you know, I think sharing my story gives some people hope, and you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And no time is that more important than right now, when the drumbeat of fear and division is being beat by far-right actors. And
exactly right.
Someone who has built your career on bringing community together. Can you talk a little bit about what music has to do with bringing people together?
I think music, you know, it's like soccer.
Yeah.
It just brings people together. Doesn't matter what language it's in, as long as there's feeling, I think everybody can connect.
Yes.
And, you know, it's something that I guess everybody grew up with and we all share. So I think, you know, it's almost natural that as soon as I got here, I grabbed into my roots and I started sharing that, and you know, brought a little seed of what Latin culture is, and I wanted to grow and mix with the other trees of cultures.
How incredible!
Yeah, so
how incredible! And at times your music is touches on political themes as well. And we were just chatting earlier, and you were talking about the fact that in your home country, Colombia, there is an election on.
Yes,
right
tomorrow.
Now.
Votes. You know, both for life, both for fairness, both for sustainability, both for, you know, independence, because, you know, we're going through a very harsh political situation at the moment. You know, personally, I don't want to be, I guess, another state of the U.S., if I'm to be very clear. I want Colombia to remain independent, so for all those who have done the research, you know who I'm talking about, and yes, just vote tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do it independently.
Well, thank you so much, Sebastian, for being here today. I'm going to throw to you in just a moment, and you're going to perform, and I cannot wait to hear your music. But before we get there, I want to let people know where we're up to. It's been, we kicked off the World Refugee Day Telethon powered by the ASRC at 7 o'clock this morning. Phones have been ringing hot. People have been donating through the internet. They've been texting hope. We've had people coming in through the streets as well. We are doing really well this morning. We are on $453,265.
Let's go.
So that's what's already been raised, $453,265 of a $1.5 million goal. So we are moving forward. People are supporting our community, unity and hope, but we're not quite there yet, are we?
No, not yet. We have all day, so let's go.
Yeah, $1.5 million is the target today. So please donate. 1-300-692-772. Sebastian, thank you so much for being back at the World Refugee Day Telethon. I'm going to throw to you to hear some of your beautiful music. Thank you, Sebastian.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. Hope you enjoy these songs. This first one is a song that I wrote for my city. I come from Bogota. The indigenous name of this city is Bacata, so the song is called Bacata. I hope you enjoy it.
Linda, caótica, viene metal en la piel, muisca, pero gótica, conquista alcanzando el cielo, embacada, suena un recital. Y ella arde en llamas, maldita luz anaranjada, déjala en paz, permítele divisar algo temporal. Ella es nostalgia. Thank you. Un apagón de la galaxia. Yo seducir es transmutar. Inicio y final. Yeah. Para, 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 para. Yeah, 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 yeah. Chica platónica, tienes el mundo a tus pies. Chispa que triplica la heurística del tropiezo. Embacada suena un recital y ella arde en llamas. Maldita luz anaranjada, déjala en paz, permítele divisar algo temporal. Y ella es nostalgia, un apagón de la galaxia. Su seducir es transmutar, inicio y final. Yeah. Para pa 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 para pa 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 para pa 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 para pa pa para pa para pa para para pam para para Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Vamos, let's go. Thank you so much. This next song is a song that I really like, and I thought it's appropriate that I play it now. It's by Andrés Cepeda. The song is called Besos Usados. I hope you enjoy it. Cuando dices que te olvide, es porque me has olvidado. Pides que desate un lazo que ya llevas desatado. Como se despesa un beso, como desaca un abrazo, como borra una caricia, como se olvidan tus labios. Parece que me es imposible dividir en dos sus pasos. Y lo que dice la letra no es tan importante como el momento histórico que comparte tu apellido. Volverás a amanecer, te enlazarán otros brazos, vivirás amaneceres, entrará luz en tus brazos. Arrumbarás mis recuerdos como se arrumban los trastos. Pero por más que lo intentes, ya no olvidarás mis brazos, tus besos eternamente. Yeah. Ya serán besos osados, besos osados. cómo se despesa el beso, quién se queda con lo amado. Más que caminos corrientes, nos grabamos con las manos, porque todo te lo llevaste, mi amor, ya tan atado. Nunca podrás arrancarte lo que te dejé marcado. Si me condenas a perderte, yo te condeno al pasado. Y el fantasma de mis besos vivirá sin ver tus labios. Y el fantasma de mis besos vivirá sin ver tus labios. Volverás a amanecer, todo te enlazarán otros brazos. Vivirás amaneceres, entrará luz en tu cuarto. Arrumbarás mis recuerdos como se arrumban los trastos. Pero por más que lo intentes, ya no olvidarás mis labios, tus besos eternamente. Ya serán besos osados, besos osados. Ya serán besos osados.
Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you. Vamos. Don't forget to donate. ASRC, thank you for having me. And Colombians, remember to vote tomorrow. Gracias. Let's go.